Bobrisky was arrested this week, and I believe that most of us are already conversant with the issues surrounding Bobirisky. He was arrested because of NAIRA mutilation, and when the EFCC picked him up, we all remember that they had a back and forth with a very dark man. But when the EFCC picked him up, they charged him before the courts money laundering. And when that came on media, many Nigerians begin to react. Why will the EFCC arrest Bobrisky and charge him for money laundering, spreading of NAIRA and all of that? Is it that the EFCC are now jobless? If you ask me, they're jobless. And the truth be that. Now, and I'm going to prove that. But before then, let's not forget that the spreading of NAIRA is not today, will not be today it starts. Bobrisky will not be the first person. They say he's spray money, but the question is this: was he the only one spreading money? This is not to defend him, and this is not to say that spreading of NAIRA notes is right. It's wrong. It's against the law, and anybody caught doing that should be arrested and punished. But the question is this: if you want to do something, do it right. That is what Nigerians are calling the EFCC for. But charging him for, fraud, money laundering is what we don't really understand. But when he appeared before the courts, the case of fraud was withdrawn. You see? So this is why, me personally, I always say this thing. Once EFCC knock at your door, just know that they're going to charge you for money laundering. It's up. They will charge you for money laundering. It's up. And then they went ahead to charge him, and he pleaded guilty for NAIRA mutilation, of which his sentence will be coming on 9th of April. Now, there is a press release by the EFCC. This is the reason why I'm doing this. They say, according to the EFCC, they say the former chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, Chidi, on the arrest of Idris Okoye, aka Bobrisky, by the commission, describing it as evidence of idleness and abuse of power is not welcoming. I'm trying to paraphrase and summarize what they wrote. According to the EFCC, they said the commission views such commentary from the former chairman of the commission as unbecoming of a former head of a major government agency. Okoye was arrested and arraigned by the commission on the basis of clear case of abuse of the NAIRA, to which he has pleaded guilty. See, this government agency here, they need to have small better sense when it comes to handling some certain issues on public. In as much as we have freedom of speech, according to the statement, they said even though you have freedom of speech, you should know how to use it with decorum and all of that. Yes, it's true that for the fact that you have freedom of speech, you shouldn't talk anyhow. But the truth of the matter is that you have been licensed and given the authority to arrest those. And the reason why this commission was created was to go after corrupt practices. Corrupt practices. We have had Akpabio, the current Senate president, being invited by the EFCC over billions of naira that were misappropriated under his watch as a minister, as a governor. What happened? Nobody will hear anything about that thing today. We have seen the current governor of Rivers State being accused of misappropriating over 30 billion of naira under the watch of Governor Newsom Wike. But they went ahead to anoint him as the gubernatorial candidate of Rivers State. That matter went under carpet tomorrow. We have the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, being accused of corruption practices in the past when he was the governor of Lagos State. In 2019, we saw Bullion Vine in his residence. APC came and defended that. EFCC have been asked severally to investigate those allegations. They even said they have called on him as of that time before he became the president to appear before them for investigation and all of that. But what happened after the investigation? Did you let the public know? No, they didn't say anything, just went mute. We have had issue with so many politicians. What about the governor of Benue State? What about the former governors of Ebonyi State? What happened? In fact, almost all the immediate past governor of Kano State, Gandola, that was what they called him, Ganduje. What happened? That he was seen collecting dollar, bribe in dollar. What happened? Was he invited? Was he investigated? Has he been arrested? Has anything happened? No. We have seen the alarm being raised by the governor of Kaduna State, of how they did some kind of project in Kaduna within the last 8 years, which they borrow so much money and cannot account for it. Should the EFCC invite necessary Erufai to question him on how this and that happened under his watch within the last 8 years? It will never happen. Maybe they are waiting for the governor to probe, to write an invitation letter, a letter to them for him to invite him and investigate him. This is why this commission is being established. Wherever you smell, wherever you perceive corruption, investigate immediately. You must not arrest before you start investigation. Investigate, invite, investigate, invite. That is what you ought to do. But because I believe there is not much work to do, that is the reason why they go after small boys, say they are chasing Yahoo boys. The EFCC established to go after Yahoo boys. No, go after corruption. In as much as what those boys are doing is wrong, it's not acceptable. But the real people tarnishing the image of this country is the politicians who are stealing billions of naira and dollar from this country. But they will not go after them. And this is the problem and what people are complaining about. Do I make any sense at all? I leave that to you. But then, my hand, now it's Nigerians they talk about. What do you think? Let's have your conversation in the comment section. Thank you for watching.